Okay, I'm just going to open up the phone lines.
Okay.
Atlanta. Because one thing about this show, and I think I take pride in the fact that you and I say what's on our minds. And a lot of times when I'm out and you're out, people come up to us and they say, y'all are saying what I was thinking.
Right.
And a lot of times people are afraid to say it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
As I sit where I sit in the arena, as I sit in my job, you cannot say that you are not thinking about what's going on in the country with these shootings. That you have not said to yourself,
All right.
how, why, what would I do?
Right.
I went up to law enforcement last night. I said, I'm not trying to be crazy. I said, but I see how people come into the arena. I said, when Anonymous reported that they were going to do an attack at Phillips Arena, what if they just had the date wrong? If somebody were to just jump out like this couple did,
Yes.
of an SUV with body armor, with AK-47s, what could you do to stop them? What is the plan? What do you do? And I know y'all are sitting in your offices like you can't even go to work.
Right.
These people are copycats of what they have seen on the media with the reports. According to what I'm reading right now, they strapped GoPros to their body armor, which means as they were killing these people, they were recording it from the shooter's point of view. According to the report, it's saying that the deeply religious Farouk had traveled, this is one of the husband, had traveled to Saudi Arabia for about a month this past spring and came back to the United States with a wife that he had met online. They had GoPro cameras strapped to their body armor, wore tactical clothing, including vests stuffed with ammunition magazines, which means their whole plan was carnage from the very beginning.
Yes.
Patrick Bakari, a co-worker of Farouk, who suffered minor wounds from shrapnel slicing through the building's bathroom walls, told the AP he'd been sitting at the same table as Farouk at this holiday party Wednesday morning, but his co-worker suddenly disappeared, leaving his coat on the chair. Bakari also said that he had traveled to Saudi Arabia for a month this past spring. When he came back, word got around that he had been married because Bakari said the woman he described as a pharmacist joined him shortly afterward. The couple had a baby later this year.
Right.
They dropped the baby off at the mother's house. They said he showed no unusual signs of unusual behavior. So Atlanta, as we sit here, we are at work.
Yes.
Y'all are on your way to work. Has your job, has anybody discussed with you any type of plan in the event of an active shooter in your place of business, at your
Almost
work?
like a fire drill. Like you practice fire drills, right?
Right.
We recently just had one.
We had one.
Exactly.
It was crazy.
Yes.
The people yesterday in the videos,
Right.
when they were in the building where these attacks were happening, listen, they thought it was a drill.
Wow.
So there's video of them showing all these police converging on the building, and the woman is sending a text to her relative saying, hey, look, they're doing a drill today. And then the next text is like, boy, it sure is a lot of police. And then the next text is, this is real.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Cedric Alexander is saying, basically, the Metro, there's a lot of places, y'all, that we go to that are considered soft targets, where we just gather. Think about all the places in Atlanta that we just
go
casually. If you wanted to show up down there
right,
and just do damage and do carnage.
Is it easy? It's so easy.
It would be so easy. So what is the plan in your office place right now as you go to work? Has anyone talked to you?
Right.
Have they talked about a plan? You know, a lot of these, when they start talking about guns being able to be brought into churches and college campuses, a lot of these businesses put up no guns here. You can't bring guns here. You can't do this. But if this is happening over and over and over and over again,
What do you do?
What has been? Has anybody talked to you guys?
Right. Is there a plan? Just
Right.
as if you would do a fire drill. Are we talking about this in the workplace? In schools,
Right.
in our daycares? Like, it's something to think about. Is there a plan? And it hasn't been talked about. Have your boss pulled you up and say, hey, there's going to be a mandatory meeting
Right.
and we need to discuss this because it is going on right before our very eyes?
Let's go ahead to some phone calls here. 741 WVE. V103, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning, you guys.
Hey.
Hey, I just wanted to reply to that. I work in the retail industry within the mall, and, most jobs, they give you fire evacuations, but nothing about, terrorist attacks or any kind of mass shooting. I also go to school at Georgia Perimeter, and just recently they awared the students that they're going to start doing drills, but they haven't told us what to do. And I think that should be something that every job, no matter with restaurant, what it is, we have some type of idea what we should do.
Do you often think about it when we see these things on TV? Does it run across your mind when you're driving to work, or once you get there? Is it on your mind?
It's on my mind more so this year than anything, because as citizens, they say we have the right to bear arms, but we're so restricted where we can go and where we can carry that we're left on the police to come there, and if they're dressed like the attackers, we don't even know who to trust upon that.
Right.
So it's just it's confusion altogether, and I just feel like we're just sitting ducks and we don't have much to rely on besides ourselves.
Thank you for sharing this morning. We appreciate it.
Guess how many mass shootings there have been this year? 355.
What?
355.
In our country?
Yeah.
Or just period, everywhere?
No. According to the Washington Post,
Oh, man.
355 mass shootings this year, according to a tracker that maintains the mass shootings.
Oh, wow. It's not good at all.
So she said they have, we make contingency plans for everything else. We talk about tornado drills and fire drills.
And we do, and you're right.
And, we talk to our kids at school about, what happens if an active shooter has come on into the campus.
Right.
More phone calls, 741 WVE. Good morning, V103.
Good morning.
Hey, who is this?
This is Jay.
Hey, Jay, go right ahead.
I just want to say I agree with not letting the Syrians into our country, but I'm also worried about the domestic terrorists that are here, that are our neighbors or that we work with, and we don't know that they're plotting this stuff in their homes. I'm so afraid when I leave my house every day that just something is going to happen to me or my kids or my husband or my friends. I'm just so afraid.
All right. Have your job had this conversation with you guys?
No, they have not at all.
Wow. Okay.
My job is looking more of cyber attacks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much for weighing in this morning.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
747 right now. Let me watch this. Do you know there was another shooting yesterday in Georgia?
No.
Everybody was talking about San Bernardino. But here's something you probably missed.
Okay.
A gunman in Savannah shot 4 people yesterday, killing a woman and injuring 3 men.
In Savannah, Georgia?
In Savannah. And police haven't arrested a suspect. They also haven't released the names of the victims. And they're saying the media down there barely acknowledged the murder. One local television station covered it in 3 paragraphs. And the world just spins on.
There has to be something really going on. This guy was at a Christmas party. And this is a time of joy and happy and, a celebration. And it's just not where his mind was.
Well, I think, we got to figure out. I mean, it's from like the man who shot the 2 news people.
Yeah.
The fact that after he killed those people, that he was on Twitter tweeting about it as an active shooter, that we're seeing more and more of these copycats. I mean, where are we as a society where not only are you going to try to kill people, but you want to record it so other people can see it? I mean, they had GoPro cameras on their body armor. But the one in Savannah, nobody, I mean, the big ones are attracting all, but this is becoming so, it's not even a big deal anymore. So if your office is not saying something about it, maybe you should say something about it.
Yeah, and maybe you should. And it's so scary what we're going through with our cops. It's like, okay, you know, we're kind of fighting with them a little bit, and situations aren't going well, and we're trying to fix that. And then at the same time, we need their help to protect us. You know what I mean? We need their help to protect us. And then they're like, okay.
And, you know, another thing came out yesterday that I was thinking about. The president just asked for everybody that were these local police forces to return this military style equipment that the government no longer uses, right? Because of what was happening in places like Ferguson, and where they had tanks and stuff like that, even in some of the metro areas. Here, these people have, you know, assault vehicles. But yesterday, they were in a shootout. So you can't have, you guys say, well, we want to be protected, but you don't want military vehicles. I mean, this is really a bad situation, y'all. 10 minutes before the hour of 8 o'clock, we'll get your reaction on Twitter at TheRealRC, at WandaSmith_ATL. But right now,